So I've had this Speed Engineering long tube headers on this Tahoe for a while now, and with the white pipe kit. Overall, I definitely do recommend it. The headers were fairly easy to install, but the white pipe was kind of a pain, and I'll get into that in a second of why. The sound is great. You know, you can't really beat it compared to all the other big name brands like Texas Speed and whatnot, because it's 3 times the money. But I say the hardest part with the Speed Engineering headers on this generation of Tahoe is probably the driver's side, because you have to remove the steering shaft completely out of the way to get them in, and jack it up off the ground a little bit to slide it in. I found it best to go from the bottom of the truck and snake it up, and that's, you know, how I got it in there. The passenger side, it fits like a glove. It went in there like first try, just a few minutes, but the driver's side was kind of a pain. Not a huge deal, but if you're installing these, I would definitely go from the bottom, jack it up, and then remove the steering shaft. The only other issue with these headers is the spark plugs. I reused the OEM spark plug wires, and I didn't zip tie them up out of the way first, and it melted like 3 or 4 of them, and it was popping and banging. And I didn't get the recommended wires that you could opt to get. So if you got a little extra money, I'd go ahead and get those, because they're probably a little shorter or something. You can get them out of the way and they clear better. But if you're trying to save, you know, a few bucks, you can definitely make the stock wires work. Just zip tie them up out of the way real good. And the same problem on the other side. It's kind of hard to see, but the back side there. But very, very easy issue to deal with. Just keep that in mind. So for the white pipe, I would say this is the most brutal pain in the ass part with this kit, because the fitment isn't super great, and it's all like slipped together with these slip joints and whatnot. So when you're putting it together, everything's like super loose and falling over and whatnot. I didn't get a video of the install, but I'm telling you, be patient when you put this in, because it's not very fun. Also, when I was doing this, I wasn't keeping the stock muffler, and I cut all that out, which gave me more room to work with. So also keep that in mind. And the other part is they didn't give you a plug for this this port right here, which you could probably use for like an AFR if you're, you know, running boost and whatnot. Since you're getting rid of the cats with these headers, I just sacrificed a secondary O2 for the cats, and then just screwed it in there. As you can see, it's the same threads and whatnot. So you could do that and be a little ghetto about it, or you can buy an official plug that it didn't come with. And for this back section right here towards the end of the white pipe kit, I ordered this for an 08 Tahoe, which is the short chassis versus like the Yukon XL or the Suburban. And the kit it was right up here, and then back here it was like way too long. So I had to cut and weld some adapters to make it work. The kit does advertise it'll bolt up to the factory exhaust where the factory muffler would go right here. The kit I got, it did not fit. It was way too long. So I just kind of finagled what I had, cut and welded everything, and made it work. So if you do have a Tahoe, I would definitely keep that in mind. I don't know if they messed up the order, but I went back and checked, and I did order this kit for a Tahoe and not a Silverado or a Suburban or a Yukon XL. It was advertised for this Tahoe, and it didn't fit in this area right here, because it had like that weird kind of donut flange deal, and yeah, nothing worked. So, but fortunately I had a welder and some saws and stuff, and made shit work. So keep that in mind. So for the sound quality inside the cab is pretty dang good. I did get rid of the stock resonator, and all I have is a Flowmaster Super 10 in it. It's definitely rumbly and loud for sure, but when you're cruising down the road, or you're cruising the back roads and whatnot, it's fairly quiet. It's not obnoxious or anything, and you can have a conversation in the people in the back seats and whatnot. And then when you get on it, it gets super loud. And then the only time it really drones is like when you're going like 40 or so, and it's kind of low RPM and going up a hill, it's a little drony. But other than that, when you're cruising, it's pretty quiet. Man, very, very, very comfortable. So that last run was just about like a little over quarter throttle with the windows up. So I'll get on the highway real quick and then go ahead and give her the beans a little bit more with the windows down so you can see what it sounds like. There's a cop right there. The man in blue. It's a little rowdy, that's for sure, when you're flooring it and giving it the beans. So, but I do also have a cam in it, as you can tell. But yeah, not bad for the price. And going about 60, very, very quiet, as you can tell. And then can't go any faster because of traffic. But when you're going like 70, 80, it doesn't really get much louder either. So definitely be just fine going across country or making a long road trip. It ain't gonna be crazy drony or anything like that. Definitely good all around sound. It's loud when you want it to be loud, and then quiet when you want it to be quiet. And here's 65. Also, in stop and go traffic, when you're on and off the throttle quite a bit and only going 20-30 miles an hour, not terrible at all. Not bad. So you're not going to get a headache from it being too loud or drony. And with that, the only thing I recommend is if you do buy the kit, make sure you're mechanically inclined to make it happen, or have a buddy that can help you to get through those things and get you back on the road so you're not stranded. So, but yeah, hope you enjoyed the video.